Yes. You just leave and you're like, you know that.
Yeah.
Like, I did that. I
You
can't
leave
believe
feeling like a cold McDonald's electric.
Yeah. Like a big swig from Hubs.
What's up? Welcome to another episode of Creative Chaos. My name is Hunter Ezell. This is Logan Ezell, my beautiful wife. We're dressed up today because we're actually going to the state fair.
Woo.
And a very incredible photographer is taking our photos. She goes by Quadefilms. And let me tell you something. It's quite simple. I see Quadefilms post, I like, I comment, I share. That's it. Because I know it's going to be a banger.
Oh.
Furthermore, whenever I was initially talking about the podcast, I say this at least once an episode. I wanted to have people that I find intriguing. Oh my God, this girl, the way she takes photos. It's like, you know, in Ratatouille,
Oh, God.
when Homeboy eats that meal and he gets taken back to when he was a kid, he's just like completely just starstruck. That is how I am whenever I see Mallory take photos.
That was what was in my journal. The Ratatouille scene. Like, this is my goal, is to make people
I
feel
love
the
that.
Ratatouille scene.
That's
But
great.
holy freaking cow, the way you do it, dude. I ain't never seen nobody do it the way you do it.
Well, thank you. I have, but I appreciate it. I
Well,
really do.
Literally, like, no, to see somebody do that local, it's so crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
so
If you
freaking
haven't
love
seen her
it.
photos, go follow her on
Thank you,
Instagram.
guys.
There's a
right
reason why
now.
I'm over here gawking, just absolutely freaking out. I'm
I
just like,
love it.
I'm like, oh my God, dude.
I put a lot into it. Like, I love what I do. So
Yeah.
it means a lot to
Good.
know that people like see my vision and like
Mhm.
respect it like you all do. You
Dude,
guys have
I-
always been big, like some of my biggest supporters, always hyping me up. And it means a
Always.
lot because your all stuff is
Dude.
out of this world.
Well,
Thank you.
I try to put into the world what I want to receive back.
Yeah.
I think one of the hardest things for me is, for the longest time, I mean, recently the tides have turned a little bit, but I used to post content that I was proud of. And I would see other people post content, and I would see all these creators just absolutely hyping them up. I was like, oh my God, nobody's hyping me up.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, I feel like I used to live by the mentality a ton that if you, which I still do this, but like if you appreciate the content that you're making and you enjoy what you're making, other people are going to do that.
Absolutely.
But sometimes that doesn't happen. And then you get in your head and you're like, oh my God, and what am I really doing what works?
Yeah.
A lot of people, they work for the algorithm though.
Yeah, they do. I don't think that you should. And a lot of people work for their feed too, which
Yeah.
is okay. I get it. Like, it's just kind of the time we live in today. Like, sometimes I find
Mhm.
myself being like, oh, like this doesn't work or whatever. But I just kind of think it'll all work out.
Wedding videographers starting a podcast. It took us, this is probably going to be episode 9 by the time you see this. It took us 9 episodes to get an actual wedding vendor on this podcast.
Bless
You
it.
saw Tammy. You saw Lucas Hyde from Call of Duty in the waterfront. You saw the weatherman. You saw the bird dog
And Amy Watson.
and Amy Watson.
Who
Wedding
else?
vendors who started a podcast. It's episode 9.
And here I am.
Here she is.
And you know
Here
what?
I am.
You were talking about 27 being your number. There's 3 of
Yeah.
us at a table. You're the 9th episode. 9 times 3 is 27.
Let me tell you guys
Look
about
at that. Okay, let's hear it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so my mom has always said like 27 is the number that God talks to her through. And so it's always been like our family number. Like if something, I don't know how to explain it. Like I'll just start with this. My birthday is January 27th. That is also my parents' anniversary. Yeah.
Oh.
My mom's birthday is February 27th. Oh gosh, there's more. I don't even know. It's just like little things. Like if something's going on, we'll hear the number 27. If like mom needs to know something and she's like praying about it, like they talk in the number 27. So like I was a little nervous, you know, just to
Yeah.
come on here, like never done anything like this. And
Yeah.
then you're over there and you're like, I don't even
Set a
remember what you said.
timer.
Something 27. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, we're good.
We're good.
We're good.
We're okay.
Like, yeah.
No
we're
need to
fine.
be nervous.
Exactly. So.
What's your number?
Mine is 28, so that's actually crazy.
Oh.
Yeah. I
That's so
love
And
fun.
her
it.
birthday,
So you get it.
Her
My birthday's February 28th.
This is meant to be.
How cute
This
is
is
that?
meant
Yeah,
to be.
this is like this moment is why I was put on this earth for
Yes,
this
for
podcast.
this
Oh my
very
God.
moment.
Literally,
Yeah.
we could talk about the snowball effect, and
I know.
how, you were like, how did you you were asking me how me and Logan met. It's like if I didn't follow her on Instagram and I didn't DM her about a Chainsmokers song,
Oh well.
we would never be together.
It's
And
true.
here we are.
And here we are.
I want to know why
Okay.
it's Quadefilms, even though your name's Mallory, because I thought your
Okay.
name was Mallory Quaid.
Mallory Quaid. My name is Mallory Quaid. So Quaid's my middle name.
Okay.
And you got it
Okay.
right. I've been called Quade.
Quade.
How do you do that? How do you
Hey,
literally?
we get
I know.
Ezell.
How do we get that? How do you
Zelly.
do that? How do you mispronounce
Zelly?
something that
Yeah.
literally, if you can't look me dead in the
Ezell.
face and spell it out like the good first grader you are?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I did marry a teacher's daughter.
No, let me say this. Quade. All right. I would not.
They're trying to give you some zest. I mean,
Quade.
Quade.
And if your name's Quade, I'm not
sorry.
judging. But
I
I
don't
would
know
not.
anybody that's Quade.
If my mom named me Mallory Quade Thomas, I'd be like, girl.
Rename.
Let me know the origin story.
Okay.
Though. What's up?
So how they named me Quaid? Or
No,
just
like your
How'd you-
origin
How'd
story.
you start?
All right, it's a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. What takes place in it?
Yeah. Okay. So it does start with Randy Quaid. I am named after Randy Quaid. Do you want to know who that is?
Quaid?
Have you seen A Christmas Story? Or no, A Christmas Vacation?
Yes.
The Cousin Eddie?
Yeah.
I think that's Randy Quaid. He's one of the Quaids, and I'm named after him. So yeah. So, anyways,
Literally, that's her
that's
favorite
so
Christmas
good.
movie. That's like her
Oh,
top 5.
yeah. We're
That
meant
is so
to be
funny.
friends.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So in college, I love music.
Mhm.
Music is like, oh my gosh, I could talk for hours about music and different types of music, blah, blah, blah. So me, my now fiance Austin, all of our friends go to a lot of music festivals, especially in college. We went to shows all the time, music festivals all the time, blah, blah, blah. And at these festivals, I would take little videos with like my little yellow iPhone. We went to Bonnaroo in 2019, and I made.
We were there.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. We're gonna dive into Bonnaroo.
I love that.
So I made a video of me and my friends and Austin and all of us. And I'm from a small town. I'm from Litchfield. My mom loved the video, posted it on Facebook, and there wasn't like a videographer. I don't know if y'all know this about me. I was a videographer. There wasn't really like much videography happening in Litchfield. And so a really close family friend reached out to my mom, was like, Mallory, you should film my niece's wedding next weekend. So I did. On a little yellow iPhone. Filmed a wedding. Yeah.
How cute.
And it just kind of took off from there. And I was in college. It is good money, but at the time I was charging like $600 for these, like, I would borrow a friend's camera, use my phone.
Girl, I know that's right. I was charging cheaper than you whenever I first
No,
got
my
out the gate.
first was like $250, okay?
Yeah.
But $600 is a lot of money now. But like,
Yeah.
especially when you're in college, you know?
Oh, you feel
Well,
like
and back
Bill
in the day-
Gates with
Yeah.
that money. You ain't
I
got
was like-
you ain't paying no bills. You living at your mama crib.
Yeah, I got paid for one wedding, and it was Austin's birthday. I was like, come on, baby. Let's go.
We
I'll
going
take it.
somewhere.
You're getting treated nice,
We're
girl.
going to the
Boy.
movies. You can get a large popcorn.
Large
Yeah.
drink.
Took them and got them some
Some
spaghetti.
candy.
Yeah,
I love
like,
that.
I
Crap.
mean, so anyways, started doing that. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I graduated. I was like, business management, got a business management degree, certification in data analytics. Wanted to do music festivals, planning, photographing, or videoing, anything. So I was very blessed, very fortunate. I got my camera as a graduation gift from my parents. And I was
What
gonna
camera was it?
a Sony A7C, Sony A7C.
Here.
And I got a Tamron 70 to 180 and a Sigma 24 to 70. Those are my 3, like,
Yeah.
I cherish those things. I still do. So I even like made a post on my Instagram. I was like, hey, like, I'm not doing photography. You might see me take pictures of me and my friends, but like, I don't do photography. I just have this camera to like continue my hobby of wedding videography. And I was going to try to get into filming festivals and like artists.
Yeah.
So anyways, I just started taking more pictures of friends, and I was like, wait, this is kind of fun. And I really liked wedding videos because I liked adding music because I love music and I wanted to video music festivals because I loved the way, still do, the way that music evokes emotion. And I was like, the only way to be able to express the way that these songs make me feel is through videos. So more on that in a minute. But yeah, just I don't know, just kind of kept like doing my thing, like started to really like doing pictures, but was only doing wedding videography. One of my now best friends, Sydney, asked me to photograph her wedding very early on. She let me come along, and when I did that in fall of 2022, I was like, oh, like I love this. So my goal then was to stop doing wedding videography and to only focus on wedding photography. And as time went on, my like drive for music festivals kind of shifted. I was more so enjoying like the wedding photography side of it. And then in fall of 2023, I had like a handful of weddings I was photographing, and I just like really fell in love with it. So last year I finally announced I'm no longer doing wedding videography, and I just solely focus on wedding photography. So with the music, another reason I fell in love with photography is because I learned how to kind of tell the same story with pictures that I wanted to tell through videos with music. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'll go to sessions like listening to songs because it helps me like visualize what I want to do. And that's why I have a lot more like movement oriented photography because like I want to tell a story, and that's just how I personally tell my creative story.
So whenever you are attaching, this is how you can tell I've done my homework. Whenever you attach music on your post, is that the song that you listen to that inspires you?
Not necessarily, but it's definitely a song that like I listen to in Instagram, and I'm like, oh, like this kind of matches like the vibe I'm going for.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've never met somebody that has matched my creative wavelength like this until today.
I know.
Yeah, like you all get it.
You
No,
started
like, I
talking about music, and
I
I was like,
completely
this
understand.
literally,
Yeah.
like, I feel like everything in our lives, which I am not musically
Look at
gifted
me, I'm just
at
like-
all.
Yeah, like
But everything in our life, it like comes back to music, like
Yeah.
something musical.
The first wedding film I ever edited. Would you like to know what the
Let's hear it.
second half of the reception was edited to?
well, I gotta know now.
Gold Dust by Galantis.
I gotta see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Galantis.
awesome. That's one thing I love about your all's videos is the songs that you all use. Like Kings of Leon. I remember watching some of your videos and you use Kings of Leon, and I
Pyro.
love. Yes.
Dude, absolutely.
That's
So-
a talk about an emotional song.
But what's really
I
funny
mean-
about it is though, is that this has happened to me on a bunch of separate occasions. So a lot of people, they ask, can you use such and such in my wedding film? I'm like, no, but I can on your preview, your trailer, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And because, you know, I'm not getting copyright claimed on a full-length wedding film,
Right.
but the way Instagram and TikTok, you know, it's a great day in the neighborhood of creatives now on Instagram. You have a whole bucket of stuff you can just attach a song to and just go for it, you
Right.
know? But technically, I'm not really, they didn't pay me to make that trailer. You know, they pay for the wedding film. I do that because I solely want to. We'll talk about that all the
Yeah.
time. I do
Yeah.
that for my creative spark, you know? And getting back to that, I'll pick out these songs that I think match the day really well.
Yeah.
And so there was one that we did right before we went to Italy in 2023. I used Dog Days Are Over by Florence and the Machine. And it was Laura and Charles' wedding day. And it was so crazy. I had no idea that she loved that song as much as she did. But
That's
to top it
awesome.
all off, she said that song had been on repeat the whole weekend.
Wow.
And I had no idea.
It's a God thing.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like
so
talking to you
nuts.
through music.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, the way that music evokes emotion is just like crazy. I mean, I know that it's like, obviously that's the thing about it, but like, I don't know. Maybe some people just get it more than others, and it's like we really get like how
Yeah.
it really can impact you.
Yeah.
But I listen to so much different music too. But yeah, music is like where I get my inspo.
That's your main driving force
Yeah.
behind your creative stuff.
Yeah, and I've always loved music. Like since I was little, I would always jump on the trampoline and just like put headphones in and imagine. Because I have very like big imagination, I guess. Like whenever I was little and stuff. Well, still now, but you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying. And like music is what like sends it. And so I don't know, couple sessions. Like I love listening to Hozier. My favorite music is I don't know, I have a lot, but
It's hard to choose.
it's so hard. But I've been loving classic rock lately.
Oh,
Austin,
yeah.
my fiance, he loves classic rock, so he's gotten me really into it. But like the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, Fleetwood Mac, Creedence Clearwater Revival, them. So that's been kind of fun to like tap into that music and be like, all right, what
Yeah.
inspo can I pull from this?
So,
Yeah.
being, would you still consider yourself videographer?
No.
You don't do any of that anymore?
No, but that's why I'm Quaid Films, because it was going to
Uh-huh.
be videos. But I'm like, I'm not going to change it because I feel like it's become like my identity with
Yeah.
this. But yeah, no, I don't.
That's why
videos
we
ain't really for
were.
me.
I feel like films is so like neutral.
Yeah,
So
that's
I mean,
another reason.
That's why
too.
we haven't changed Ezell Film Company.
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah.
do.
You do
We
both.
do photo a lot now
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
we do
And
both.
it's one of those things that I was like, I'm kind of attached to this, but to the outside person looking in, they don't
They don't
they
care.
don't care.
No.
I know.
But I was gonna say, talk about music that really like sparks your creative.
Mhm.
One thing that I'm really glad about, especially in the wedding community on Instagram specifically, is the amount of Western European videographers I see these days, like +2 Films. I'm plugging you right now. If you ever watch this, I love you. They use the most incredible like classical music.
Yeah. That's
And
cool.
I'm a real big fan of classical music and an even bigger fan of movie scores. You ask me my favorite vinyl we own. What is it, Logan?
Interstellar.
I get
Amen.
it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Have you seen the movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Soundtrack fire.
when Austin watches this, I wasn't going to tell him this. I'm not going to do it, so I'll tell him because I don't want him to know what song I'm going to walk down the aisle to. But I did consider the Interstellar,
The
like the very
cornfield-
famous,
the
yes, cornfield
cornfield
chase.
chase.
But I was like, okay.
Bro, shut up.
No,
Because
You thought about it, I think.
we thought about
Yeah.
that too.
But listen, so I'm getting married at Garden Court. So I don't
Mhm.
know. I know you all have done a wedding there. I don't know where they got married, but we're thinking we're going to get married like in front of like the green wall, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
So I'll walk out of the back and make the L.
uh-huh.
So I was like, imagine when that piano starts, like you just appear
Yeah.
from the patio. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm talking
That
about?
would be so good.
Freaking awesome.
So, Austin, I'm not doing that. But I am trying to figure out, like,
A good
like, something to give the same
something
dramatic
powerful.
effect.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's funny that you say that because that's like my
That's so
thought to
crazy.
it.
Yeah.
But literally, dude, no, like, I'm just like, I love diving into people's brains and I love to see, like, how they do the things they do because some of the stuff that you post, I'm just like,
Thank you.
like, like your attention to detail, like,
Mhm.
I'm not much of a person to like, this sounds crazy on my part, but like a lot of people, if I'm shooting photos, I'm like walking up, I'm not going to crop and post,
Yeah.
it just seems like you're very attentive to like details and stuff whenever you post certain things.
Well,
And I
thank
really
you.
admire that about that too.
Thank you. I think, like, for example, when I'm at weddings, like, I never want to feel scared to get the shot that I'm going for. So,
Yeah.
like, I will kind of, I don't want to say I'll walk in front of people because I'm very respectful, especially of, like, the parents and everything.
Yeah.
But I kind of, like I said, I just, like, visualize things a lot in my head. And I want to bring that to life. So, like, my wedding Saturday, I also like to get to know my couples and I like to understand their vibes. So, like, I knew that my couple, especially my bride, like this past Saturday, she's very like fun. And so anyways, on the way to her wedding, I was like, I have an idea of when they're getting ready, her and her girls in their pajamas to like dance around and have her like putting her lip gloss on in the chair, like in the middle of them,
Yeah.
and shoot it through the door. And she was all for it. And so like I set it up and it was like, we were actually behind schedule, had to clean out the room, but like I had already pictured it in my head and I knew that she would eat it up. Like I knew she was
Yeah.
going to love it. So I was like, we have to get it. And I just kind of do that throughout the day, like have ideas of things I want to get and I want to make sure it's authentic to them.
Yeah.
But even in like my regular sessions, I always make the comment, like I don't want things to feel like I do use Pinterest. Like I will be on Pinterest like throughout the day of a wedding or
Yeah.
I have no problem saying that. Like,
Mhm.
I'm only human, and Pinterest gives
yeah.
me a lot
Girl.
of info.
Yes.
I
But-
know the unscripted app hates to see me.
Yeah, yeah. But I always say I want it to feel like your own Pinterest board. I don't want it to feel like just
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want it to
Yes.
feel very authentic and stuff. So,
Yeah. I love that.
so I guess that's why I kind of like really dive into the details, because the details of everything is so different and unique to the person. So,
Let's
Yeah.
talk about how this is totally like diverting off of it just a little bit. Let's talk about the. Have you noticed a shift in people not really leaning into wedding timelines as much these days? Like,
I actually haven't had that happen, but I'm here for it.
Yeah.
you know, I mean, like I see people making them, but it's been one of those things.
I feel like it's been like, oh, like, are we on schedule? And then it's like, oh, yeah, like, we're just, you know, we're
Kind of vibing.
15 minutes,
Yeah.
Well,
like,
my
maybe
thing
off a little
is-
bit.
Mhm.
Like,
my
no
thing
big deal.
is
Yeah.
that I feel like so many people, which we give, I tell every single couple this. I've said it for the last 2 or 3 years. Ever since we've gotten married, once you get married, you figure things out on your wedding
Yeah.
day. You're like, oh my God.
Mhm.
Half of this stuff that is in this timeline, really, you know, like 15 minutes for a first look with your dad, it does not take that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So with my schedules that I make with my clients is I will make it and I will let them know, like, I'm giving you like that 15 minutes. It's
Mhm.
not going to take that long,
Yeah.
but it's there so we don't have to rush anything.
Mhm.
So I don't know if maybe I haven't really experienced that, because with my schedules, I make them so we can go with the flow. Like, I don't want your wedding to feel like a big photo shoot or video
Literally,
shoot.
that's
Yeah.
what I literally
hate
was
that.
going to jump into is I tell every couple, I was like, look, this is your wedding day. It's not a photo shoot.
not
It's
about
not a music
me.
video shoot.
No.
You know
Yeah.
what? You
Now,
say
if there are poses that you want, like that one you
Yeah.
mentioned, like, that's fun and cute, and not a
Yeah.
lot of people do that. And
Yeah.
so I feel like that's a good one. And then, like, another one, like, I love the flowers around the head.
Yeah, that
like,
one's cute.
I think that one is
You
so
have-
beautiful.
Right.
Like, and it might be overdone, like, in our industry, but, like,
if you like it, you like
you
it.
like it, you know?
Yeah, and that's why, like, with the poses that I do want to do, I want to make it unique to them, because I don't want
Mhm.
it to feel like
Posy.
why am I
and-
doing this?
yeah.
This doesn't feel like me, like,
Mhm.
you know. But yeah. So when I was doing videography, I came up. Well, I don't want to say came up with the idea, but like for me and Austin, I knew when we got married, we were gonna go do like a destination wedding,
Mhm.
because I felt like weddings were like kind of a big photo shoot, and it was so unappealing to me, like as a future bride, which I was like 19 at the time, so it's not like
Yeah.
no, I was not 19, I was like 21, 22. But anyways,
Yeah.
then I started like doing my own research and working with photographers who leaned into more of that documentary style, and I was like, wait, like I really vibe with that, like that's how I want to be, and that's what I want for my wedding. And so I'm now, obviously I'm getting married in Louisville, like I'm not doing a destination wedding, but
Yeah.
I fell back in love with the idea of it, and like
Mhm.
that's also why I fell in love with wedding photography, is because I wanted to do that more, like letting them know it is about you. I'm here to honor you and like work
Mhm.
for you to capture this day unique to you.
Yeah.
It's not about me, and
Yeah.
I'll give you my ideas, but you have every right, obviously, to like turn them down
no
and say
and-
no.
yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah, I love that. That reminds me of Luke Metzger. He videoed our wedding.
Oh yeah,
Shout out to Luke. My favorite thing that he has ever said to me, like, and I like try to take that into wedding
He's gonna
days.
cry whenever he watches
He's
this.
literally gonna cry. He looked at me and he said, "I'm here to serve you. Like, I'm
yeah.
serving you on your wedding day. Like, so you tell me like what you need from me
Yeah,
because I'm
exactly.
serving you." And that just like having that mindset into a wedding day, that like, not that we're servants, but like
you hired me.
you hired us
Mhm.
for a purpose, and we want to do that in like a respectful way. We want to do it the correct way.
Right.
And then we also want to have fun.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And so that reminded me of him
Yeah.
saying that.
I think one of my favorite things about the clients that we're booking now, which I'm not saying that we ever had this problem, but I don't really like when people like, oh, we're just gonna really like let you do your thing. I was like, well, you hired me to do my thing, but like I'm trying to envision what you want.
Right.
So I feel like majority of the time of us spent before weddings, and I'm really trying to figure out their vibe. A lot of brides, they come to us especially, and they're like, oh, well, my husband, my soon to be husband, he doesn't know how to pose. I was like, okay, but if he loves you, that's all we need.
Yeah.
That's all we
Exactly.
need.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we
Yeah.
need.
Okay, so I had a bride in Florida. Well, her wedding was in Florida, and we just like matched creatively. Like she was my like, I don't know. We just got each other, and her and I were talking. And the way that I explained it to her, because she kind of said like, well, I don't know. They just like they wanted that documentary feel. They wanted guidance, and I was like telling her husband, I was like, so what we'll do is I'm gonna get to know you guys, obviously, and then with your friends, for example, when you guys are getting ready, if I tell you to do something you don't really vibe with it, just be like, I don't want to do that. But like if playing pool is like you guys, let's play pool. Or if you guys want to sit around and smoke a cigar and have like a glass of whiskey, whatever. So I just try and like figure out my couples and
Yeah.
You're just
and
very
match
intentional.
it. Yes, and that's what I want to be. Is
And I
just
think that's why a
intentional.
lot of people book the vendors they book is because, and we get this a lot, shameless plug, they can see themselves in your work.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a telltale sign that you are right for that specific couple if
Yeah.
they can see themselves in your work,
Right. Exactly.
But going through like the creative process in your head and everything, one of the things that I like to do, I like to at least, if I'm thinking about, I like to keep my creative spark going because I don't know about you, but I book a lot of weddings just for the sole fact that I love to do it. I don't
Yeah.
really get to people. They're like, huh, well, I'm only booking 10 weddings this year.
Yeah.
I'm like, buddy, I like to buy stuff.
I know I can't. It's just hard for me to say no.
It's hard for me to say no.
And I've been getting into like having an associate shooter.
Yes.
Shout out Kelsey. She's like the best. Like she's been helping me out.
Kelsey,
so
you
much.
associate shooter?
Yeah.
I love that girl.
Yeah. She's the best. Kelsey
Dang.
Page.
Yeah, that's my dog.
She's
Shout out Kelsey.
Yeah,
Love you, boo.
I love Kelsey. She's actually going to be at my wedding too with Kayla. I think the world of her. And so that's been like, so now I have that option too when she's available.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's hard to turn it down.
With most weddings that I do, since we tend to shoot, around 25 to 35 weddings a year, I try to do at least one creative thing in my head to keep myself stoked up,
Yeah.
the way that I shoot things. And like this wedding that we had this past Saturday, he was a videographer. Like he's a wedding videographer. In fact, I asked him to shoot a wedding with me in October. And I was like, I've got to do stuff that relates to them. So there was this one shot that I did. I handed him my C70. I was like, hey, I want you to film a group selfie right now. I had on a Sigma
That's
18 to
fine.
35, and he held it up. The thing was, though, is that I was holding it, and he just looked like he was holding it,
Oh, yeah.
And it was one of those things. I was
smart.
like, that's the shots that people are going to remember because it's like that tells their story apart from everybody else's. You think
Exactly.
about all the people are like, oh my God, they met in the drive-through line. They both merged at McDonald's at the same time, and now they're married, But like, that's what tells their story apart from everybody else. It's like, oh my God, he's a videographer. They incorporated that into their film. That shows that we were intentional with them,
Right.
I got past the style of wedding films a very long time ago. The most excruciating insult I've ever gotten by somebody who didn't mean no harm was like, oh, Hunter, I just love your little music videos. I'm like, it's a wedding film?
Yeah, sometimes people say stuff that they think is like cool. I'm like,
That
you could have.
hurted.
You didn't.
Music video. I didn't know I was a singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Your little music.
See, that's why I
videos.
quit wedding videos because I did not feel like I could tell a story fully authentic to the couple like I can with wedding photos, and I just didn't feel like that was fair. I put my heart into it, and everyone that I did, like the couple loved them as far as they told me. But I don't know, like it wasn't. I didn't feel like my creativity like fit with it. It wasn't
Yeah.
for me.
Well, it definitely
So,
fits with photos because,
thank
dude,
you.
Yeah.
you
That's
crushing
that
it.
was my goal. I was like, I want to do this with photos, and I don't know. I keep talking with my hands. Sorry.
It's okay.
Are you Italian?
Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Nope. Not Italian, but
Holy crap. Shameless self plug here. I know this person specifically just launched their own podcast. Maybe this will get into the right hands. But Rachel Bush, you were looking at 3 of your biggest fans.
That's true.
Holy freaking cow.
Mm-hmm.
Did she start a podcast?
She has her own podcast.
Oh, I didn't even
I'm
know.
about to tune in.
Her and her wife, absolutely immaculate
I didn't know
photography.
they did the podcast. I'm excited.
I
to
didn't
Yes.
look
either.
up.
But anyways,
She's my
The
my
way-
inspo.
Yeah.
Big time.
photographers like you and her take photos.
Thank you.
Can
Wow.
you dive in to your process behind that though? Like I'm talking like, because the fly on the wall
Hmm.
photography is so meant for brides who literally don't want their wedding day to feel like a photo shoot. They
Yeah.
want to enjoy their wedding day.
Right.
How do you go about that?
Now, I do like guide and sorry, I just looked straight into the camera and it like threw me for a loop. Like I was like, why did I do that?
It's okay.
Anyways, I do guide and like pose you pretty much. Just did it again. Gosh, I'm gonna have to look away.
Just look at me.
Yeah. Let me restart here. I don't have a full fly on the wall approach. Like I
Yeah.
do talk. And now if you tell me like I do want that full fly on the wall approach, I will let you know what that means. That means I'm not talking.
Do you have to like
I am like
divert expectations at that point about?
I've never really been asked.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I don't
Yeah.
really want you to speak. Like, I want fly on the wall. Like, I do a questionnaire, and it kind of says, like, do you want traditional? Do you want a mix of traditional creative? I literally have a Vogue. Like, do you want it to feel like Vogue-y?
Ooh,
Like, I always say
oh.
Vogue-y. That is
Yeah.
not even a word, but
I call it Vogue mode.
Vogue. That's a good
Vogue
one. I always say
mode? I
Vogue-y.
like
And I
that.
feel like it takes away from like the oomph that Vogue has.
Yeah.
Anyways, or like, what am I trying to say? The fully documentary. So if somebody was to select the full documentary, in our phone call, I would let them know. So this is what that means. This means like I'm not going to speak. Like obviously I'll speak, but
Yeah.
there's not much guidance from me.
Like-
I might tell you where to go.
Yeah.
And as long as that's still their expectation, I make sure it's known. Like this is what I'm supposed to do with that. So anyways, I've yet to have like that. But for a bride that I did have who really wanted that kind of vibe, but I was newer, so I didn't fully know how to approach it. What I did with her is we set like 30 minutes aside for her and her bridesmaids, and we turned on music. And I was like, dance, jump around in a circle, hold hands. And I would do things like that. And they would just keep kind of going with it. And I would just snap away. And then, like, at one point, she just ran up to each girl rather than setting up the pose single bridesmaid shot. She ran up to each girl and, like, gave them a hug. And I took a picture of that. And that's how she got her individual bridesmaid's picture. So, I don't know. I feel like it, again, just kind of goes with, like, the couple, like, what they want and what they expect. To get that more documentary feel is where I learn about the couple. And I kind of figure out, like, are you more playful?
So you really got to do
Are
your
you-
research on it.
Yeah,
Which
like,
I
yeah.
feel like that's why engagement sessions are really important.
Yes.
Which is one of the things that I really love that we will do quite often. You know, we did an engagement shoot at Cheekwood in Nashville. You ever shot there?
No, but I would love to.
But we did one down there, and it was like, you know, I loved working with the couple, trying to figure out, you know, like they wanted a little bit of direction, but you know, the little moments that you caught of them two together really showcased who they were together.
Right.
And I felt like it was the little things, like the way they looked at each other, the way they smiled at each other, stuff like that, played a lot better part in like, okay, hold each other's hands, go forehead to forehead, you know.
Yeah, and I do that. I do say, like, I do a lot of the classics.
I feel like there's a
so-
time for it and then a time like not. Like
Yeah.
I like during first looks, like if the bride and groom choose to do a first look with each other, we'll tell them like, here's what's gonna happen.
I'm not doing anything.
And then we
Yes.
say
I'm not doing anything.
Yes.
we'll tell you whenever you're ready, and then from there Like, it's on you.
Yeah, I'll put you in
Yeah.
where we're gonna do it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll tell the bride like, walk up to him, do
Yeah.
what you want to do. Like, I'm not. I
Yeah.
don't want to.
I
say,
don't
We're not here.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to catch me some flack from people I know. And if you think this is directed at you, I am so sorry. Please, for the love of God, quit counting down. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap him on the shoulder. Turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a toddler?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want
Well,
it
and
to
it
feel.
ruins it kind of ruins
Yeah.
the moment.
Yeah, like I don't want. I don't know. I just feel like it gives them like it's their day, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't really want to
That's
control this moment. I
Yeah.
want to.
It's
you
all
to
in
do
their
it.
I think it
hands.
all has to go back to, I think if people see themselves in your work, you will probably get the results from you as the person providing the service and
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
you'll have a much better approach. My problem is that sometimes you run into people who want that type of fly on the wall documentary vibe, but their wedding and their personalities don't match that.
Yeah, if you want that approach, and I've never had this happen, but I've thought about it. I'm still learning. Like I am
Mhm.
still learning how to
Oh, mate, I
navigate
am
that
too.
whole.
Right.
Yeah, I'll learn till the day I die. But like specifically on that approach, that like
Yeah.
fly on the wall, I'm learning when, like how much to talk and how much to not. Even for the people who do want more traditional. Anyways, if you do want that full fly on the wall vibe, you have to kind of just forget about us. Like you can't
Mhm.
expect much. Like you can't expect us to really talk.
My favorite thing is whenever they're like, oh, I forgot you were even here.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
If you look and again, like I've not had this happen because the expectation for me with all of the brides I've had is like I will help guide you and direct you and pose you and stuff. But I have like heard others talk about like if you look at me and you say, well, what do I do now? But you're expecting that full fly on the wall approach.
Yeah.
You can't really get it like that. But with me, I just try and do more direction rather than posing. So with
Mhm.
all of my sessions and with all of my weddings, I am guiding and directing you pretty much the whole time.
Yeah.
I just try to do it in a way that's like fun and creative and makes you feel like you. And again, not just like a Pinterest picture,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I want it to be Pinterest picture worthy, you
Right.
know,
Right,
but like I want it to
100%.
be your own Pinterest picture.
Yes.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love when you said that, and it made me think of like, we tell the couple during the first look,
Mhm.
this is your moment. We'll be over here, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they do their thing, and then they turn and they're like, okay, what do we do now?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's so cute.
It is
And
cute.
that just kind of, because they do need direction after
Yeah,
that.
and-
We're kind of done being lovey. What do we do now?
Yeah,
Like,
and that's good for the people who like I will do that,
Mhm.
like because I'm not expecting a full
yeah.
fly on the wall approach because I'm not gonna be good
Yeah, I'm
for
gonna
that
be like,
as
what's
the bride.
next on the
Yeah.
timeline? Where are we
So,
going?
As long as you're not expecting like me to not pose you at all, look at me and say help. Like where do
Yeah.
I go from here? And
What
I
do we
will
do?
help you. That's
Yeah.
why I said I've never really had that happen because like my expectation with my brides, we've always said is like I will walk you through and guide you throughout the day and
and I'll back off when I need to back
Yeah,
off. And
exactly.
yeah, I feel like that's something that I feel like no one could ever really be fly on the wall. I mean, you
Yeah.
could, but I feel like around here
Mhm.
you can. It's like a fine like little in between.
One of my one of the things that sometimes I have these hot takes, but I feel like my hot takes are somewhat people are most of the time they're thinking it too.
Mhm.
I think people are tired of weddings feeling like a show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I can see it. I can see it by the way I hear people all the time saying business is slower for some people. They're not getting booked as much because I think brides are pretty much like tired of feeling like, they put in all this work to be rushed around the whole day, not even being able to enjoy it. So, either they're going for a more traditional approach or they're just straight up eloping,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's why when people find the photographers and videographers that are just there capturing the day, and they're doing an excellent job at doing that. I feel like that's why that style is becoming a little bit more
For
prominent
sure.
these days.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, you put so much time and money, and I mean, even disregard all of that. Like, it's you and like the person that you love.
Yeah.
You know, you want your
Mhm.
pictures and your videos to match you. So
I want you to be able to look back and remember where you were. I don't want you to
Exactly.
feel like you're being, oh, right there, I was being rushed. You know, I hadn't been able to talk to any of my friends all day.
Mhm.
Dog, I'll literally leave a mic on you. I want you to be able to listen to the conversations that you had with your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that type of stuff. You know, it's not for the videographer who's like, oh, yep, I'm going to put everything in slow-mo because I'm going to be able to have two different options. You know, it's like,
and see, like that was me. That's why I felt like I had to kind of quit photography. I just didn't. I don't know. Like,
slow-mo.
but one thing that I remind myself throughout the day, or I ask myself as I'm photographing a wedding, is like, what will they show and say to their kids about this picture one day? I
Yeah.
ask myself that a
I
lot.
love that.
So when I'm capturing details, I'm like, they're gonna want to say like, this was our welcome sign, and this was like our like all the little things that
I
might.
feel like a lot of people forget the details.
Yeah,
And-
exactly.
And because they're, you know, either the bride and groom did that themselves
Mhm.
and family helped do all that, or like there are vendors who like put all that together. Like, I know there's one thing which my photographer better not get mad at me for saying this, but like I made some signs for like
Mhm.
our pizza.
Mhm.
I have no idea what our like food table looks like, which
Oh,
I know
yeah.
that is so goofy. But like
but-
that was just one thing that I was like, I never got to see like our food table because someone brought me food and I sat there and I ate,
Yeah.
and then I never went over there to look
I
at it.
know. Sometimes I have to like run over there. I'm like, oh gosh, I almost forget to grab that. Honestly, I think it
Which it
like,
seems like a little silly
yeah.
thing.
I'll
but
be honest. Like I didn't even think to do that at first. Like
yeah,
when I was still doing videos, I remember seeing a photographer doing it. I was like, that is a good idea. And
Yeah.
so I do try and do it, but sometimes I might forget about that. But that is kind of one of the
Mhm.
things. I'm like, they're gonna want to tell their kids they had chicken strips or like they had
Yeah.
this or that. So then I go and like grab it or you know. So
Yeah.
that is something I ask myself throughout the day and kind
I
of guides
know.
me.
there are some things that I feel like video is like heavily dependent on. Okay, the
Mhm.
photographer's gonna get this. Like, we're not gonna film people getting their food. We're just
Yeah.
not.
I'm
That's
not
just
doing.
not.
I'm not filming.
just
people,
not it.
I'm not filming people eating. Now,
Yeah.
if there's a cocktail hour or if
Yeah,
it's a
then we'll
plated
do
dinner at a
that. Mhm.
reception, I will film people at the tables talking, laughing, and it's so funny how 90% of the time, whenever I pull up, you know. Because I'm shooting on like a 50 millimeter most day. My Canon 50 1.2 is, oh boy, I love that thing.
Overworking.
But literally, I mean, as much as I paid for it, it better not ever leave my camera body.
Yeah.
It's that one right there. Look dead into the camera. Look, there you go.
See ya.
Anyways, dude, it's like, it's funny. I pull up to like reception tables, and all of a sudden, I'm like, it's funny how people, they look back and they're like, it's so great that you got that. I was like, dude, it's literally just magic that I caught your granny busting out laughing at the time that
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many things. I'm like, if I just clicked 1 second shooter.
Yes.
Best picture ever.
Yeah.
Best
If
picture
I
ever.
was up there 1 second prior.
Yeah. I
and
feel
s-
like it happens more times than not where I don't get
Yeah.
that like perfect
And
shot.
it's
I'm
so
like, for
terrible
real?
because it's like for every I'm telling on myself here big time. For
Mm-hmm.
every good shot that I get, you can bet your bippy there's 2 other times that I wasn't recording when I should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My least favorite thing is when I think I'm recording and then I'm like, oh, can you guys do that again? And then
Yeah.
I record.
Or like a moment happens so
Yeah.
quick that my camera like focuses on behind. me.
Yes. Or
Yeah.
whenever I'm using the Godox V1, the worst
Mhm.
flash I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, I have that flash. So
It's like, oh my God, why does it take so long to cycle the
Yeah.
flash? That is my
Mhm.
one thing. Brandon Keith Hessen,
mhm.
he has,
The way you just looked into the camera. Like he's
he-
going to come through the
Yeah.
camera
He
right now.
bestowed on me some knowledge. He said the
hear it.
best flash he has ever bought in his life was at Walmart on the clearance rack, the
For
Walmart
real?
brand.
Oh my
He bought
gosh.
like 10 of those suckers.
Oh, but so they got to be reusable.
Yes. Well,
Wait,
no.
Okay, what?
They are reusable.
No.
But he bought the same flash
What am I trying to say? Why did I? No, like why would he buy 10?
just in case he ended up firing through it. Like he
Yeah,
ended
so
up-
that's what I meant. Like you have to throw them away after
No.
a certain point. I don't
no,
know.
it's like the same as that
I think he was
flash.
just afraid something would
Well,
happen
honestly,
to it.
respect for being so prepared.
Yeah.
They were on clearance. He said he paid like $20 a piece for it.
That's
That's
really like
But he said it's the
Walmart
best
brand.
flash, and he said it's like foolproof too. It's like you press up and down, and
Oh,
that's
well.
how you do it.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I get it. Like, why is the Flash so hard? Like,
I'm
I
using-
still feel like I'm learning. I am still learning Flash.
Mhm.
Like,
I mean, behind this camera right here, I have a giant alien bee.
yeah.
The day I got that thing,
hmm
I thought I was about to open a portal to
Oh.
another world or something. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I keep flashing. It does not look right. She went blind for a little bit because she
Yeah.
was the test subject. I was like, all right, this looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
crap.
Ain't got a clue how any of that works. Like, and I
Oh,
won't
my
for years
God.
because I'm still learning the Godox V1. I want the Profoto, the handheld Profoto.
Oh,
I can't remember.
think-
Homegirl had that this past
Yeah.
weekend.
The
Yeah.
photographer we worked with, she had
Kelly
one.
Kane, do you know her?
She's
I
great.
talked to her for the first time this weekend.
Oh, she's great.
She's so sweet.
We
Her
told
work
her.
is phenomenal.
We told her you were coming on the podcast.
Really? Okay,
and she was
so-
like, oh my god.
I photographed a rehearsal dinner for the wedding that which I think it was her husband, photographed on Saturday. And so that's so wild that we're talking about her.
Wait,
I don't know her.
you did
um,
the rehearsal for this past weekend, or just a long time ago?
No, it was this past weekend. On Friday I did.
it was the
I
one her
did-
husband was at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
I did
okay,
that
okay.
bride's rehearsal dinner. And
Mhm.
so I think that was
Oh.
how we kind of like connected. And
Mhm.
yeah, she
How
seems really sweet. Her
cool.
work is unreal.
Yeah, it looks
But she
Unreal.
had that pro photo light, and I was like, bro, she was
Mhm.
using it in like, or like the only thing was like window light coming in, and like the difference that I can tell that it made right
Yeah.
off the jump, I was like, ooh.
Oh, I can't wait to see. I think like Rachel Bush has posted in her like ask me's that she uses that,
Mhm.
which is how I saw it, and I was like, I really, really want that, but I feel like I need to
Rachel
learn
Bush, I want you on the podcast, please,
please, so I can watch it.
please, listen.
Yeah, I feel like I need to learn the Godox EX1 like through and through before I.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But I
before
don't know
you
why
jump
I
to
feel like
something else.
handheld would be. I feel like I would get it better, like quicker.
I feel
don't
like
know.
at reception, like it just
It's
you know.
so cool. Like
Yeah.
it is so cool. Sometimes I take my flash off and just turn the spotlight on and use it. Like
Mhm.
Now I will say the Godox V1 is really good for that. I love the
Mhm.
spotlight in that thing. It's really crazy.
Me
And
too.
one thing that I'm really happy about that I have just noticed right before my eyes is that a few episodes back, me and Miss Tammy Slayton vouched for a Hux sponsorship. And what's better than
Sweet.
blatant brand placement right here, right now?
I had to get a Diet Coke, and I've been chugging it. I'm
Big
my
swig.
mom's daughter. My mom loves Diet
There was a
Coke.
kid at this wedding we shot this past weekend.
Mhm.
They were like, dude, you got to meet our friend Big Swig. I go, is he named after the Hux Big Swig? And they go, yes.
Oh, okay.
And I went
His
up to
nickname
him
is Big Swig.
and I was like,
okay.
what an honor it is to meet you.
Yeah.
I
Most
can't.
people that I'm fascinated with, as you can tell, are a lot taller than me.
Okay. Okay.
Rude.
Yeah. All right. What are you drinking? Orange cream, no sugar.
Orange cream, Coke Zero, sweet nectar, unless it's from Zaxby's.
And I got water in the other room.
Good for you.
But okay, so
Good for you. I have water back there. I kind of need it, but it's fine.
Mallory and I are shooting an elopement together in August. When the bride, it's not very often, like whenever it comes to, if you are a bride watching this, I like to tell people if you're wanting to book video instantly, I think you should hold off until you A, have a date, B, you have a venue, and C, you have a photographer. Because, you know, I feel like videographers, you know, if they know who the photographer is, there's been a very long time going now where like I have, like, if I'm working with a fresh face, rest assured I'm reaching out to them before I'm touching base with them. We're having a good time. We're good friends, following each other on Instagram before the wedding day.
Yeah.
Because I don't want brides and grooms to feel like, you know,
We're not jiving.
you hired two strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this bride, she booked me for an elopement in Colorado. Like, and I told you on TikTok, you're going to love who I was filming with on Monday.
I'm so excited to
Well,
work on her wedding.
Lakin was like, I need good photographers instantly. I said, Quaid Films.
Yeah.
Quaid Films
And
instantly.
she booked me. I
I'm
love
so
you, girl.
excited.
And
Oh my God.
I've never met Lakin. But see, she's a prime example. I'm not doing her engagement pictures, but we have been just like chatting through social media. Like, I feel like I know her. Like, I know that we vibe. I know that we
That's
click.
the best.
We'll do our phone call, but I feel like we're best friends already.
And those are the best days too, because
Yes.
everything's just organically
Chill.
happening.
Yes.
And you leave that day feeling so satisfied
Mm-hmm.
and like productive.
Yes. You just leave and you're like, you know that.
Yeah,
Like, I did that.
I did.
I
You
can't wait
leave
for
feeling
that.
like a cold McDonald's Sprite, electrified.
Yeah. Like a big swig from Hugs.
This is our first time interacting face to face.
Yeah, same.
Are we exactly in person as we are on the internet?
Yeah, I can tell you guys are very uppity, and I love
Thanks.
it. Like, I knew I was gonna click with you guys because
Mhm.
I knew it wasn't gonna be like awkward or
Mm-hmm.
anything because you guys seem very outgoing. Always talking me about. I will say I never know who I'm talking to on the easel.
It's usually him.
If
Okay.
you see me talking in all caps, and you know, it's funny, I made fun of people like this whenever I was younger. I was like, why do you have to type with multiple exclamation points? Dude, I'm doing at least 2,
Yeah.
3, or 4.
Get your point across.
No,
You're like,
literally.
can't
But
say
yeah,
without
most
it.
time it's me. You know,
Usually it's
we'll be
Hunter.
on straight
I usually try not to, just
Mhm.
because she
he
knows.
Yeah.
He's normally like on it, talking to people, DMing people,
Mhm.
commenting, and so I normally, when it comes to like messages and stuff, I'll back off.
Yeah,
So
But
I
I think-
understand.
I can typically tell by most people in the wedding community if,
Mhm.
you know, we're going to click. Obviously, I've never ran into that because I can make friends with a brick.
Yeah. Wow.
I can make friends with a brick wall. You know,
Yeah.
okay, so what are some hot takes that you
Gosh.
have that, you know, you are, but like these opinions are yours and yours only. You're not forcing these on anyone. It's just how you feel about certain things.
Can you give me an example, like one of yours?
A hot take on what? Weddings?
Let me say this.
Just photography and in general.
Okay.
I'm very I'm very understanding that everybody's different.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I'm not very judgmental. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that if you have a hot take you're judgmental, but like I
Right.
don't really have much of a thought process
What is
behind
something
this.
that, okay, then what is something that you think differently on that most people don't?
Oh gosh,
When it comes to photography.
that's
Yeah.
a good question.
What's
I
yours?
can't even think.
Well, I don't know. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, like I'm
You
blanking
just
here.
trying to get a hot take.
I
Yeah.
need something. No,
Something.
I don't need anything. I'm just.
No, I mean, for sure. Like I feel like everybody's gonna have different opinions on stuff, but I'm just trying to think.
I
of
know.
some.
I'm trying to think of, because I've like tried to redo my brain when it comes to weddings.
Mhm.
Because after our wedding, which when you get married, be
Mhm.
aware
This does happen.
there is a blues that comes after
I
your
know,
wedding,
I know.
and it
Yeah.
like, and then having to get right back into work and
Mhm.
going to weddings, and it's like your wedding's over, so it's like you have nothing to
Are
look
you
forward
seeing
to,
yourself?
and it's just like a little sad.
Are you envisioning yourself whenever you're shooting weddings now?
Yeah.
Or
that
like you see
happened.
things and you're like, "Ooh, I want that at my
Yeah.
wedding."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It like
Yeah.
something about it. Like I've had to rewire my brain a
Mhm.
little bit.
I feel like I knew a lot of what I wanted for my wedding before I even got engaged. For
Mhm.
sure.
Oh
Like
yeah.
one of my best friends, whenever I got engaged, she was like, "All right, let's plan the rest," because I kind of was like already going on with it.
Yeah.
So I actually like took the whole month of June off next year,
Mhm.
so I could have that whole month to recover from my wedding. And the first wedding back is my cousin's wedding.
Oh,
Mhm.
fun.
And so I feel like it's like the perfect step back into because I know I'm gonna
Yes.
have the blues. Like
Yeah.
I am that person that daydreamed of her wedding when she was a little girl,
Mhm.
and I am absolutely obsessed with Austin. So it's just gonna be the best day ever, and like I'm
So-
gonna be so
It's
like.
gonna be so
Let's
fun.
talk
Yeah.
about who is shooting your wedding.
Okay, so Kayla Jackson
Oh, I
is
love
yes.
Kayla.
Kayla
Shout out
is-
Kayla.
Shout out Kayla. Like I adore her. she's gonna photograph it, and then Kelsey is
Mhm.
gonna be the second. I'm gonna edit. I just wanted to utilize myself as much as I could to save some money, but
Yeah.
I'm so excited to have
I
it out.
love that, but I feel like it's genuinely special for you to be able to edit your own wedding
Yeah.
images. I feel like a lot of people can look at it being like, oh, she's just trying to save a quick buck or something. But whenever Luke filmed our wedding, I loved every single second of what he delivered to us. But as a creative, I was like, I want the raw footage.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have fun with like being creative with it and not having
Mhm.
to worry about if someone likes it or not because it's gonna be mine. So
Yours.
I can be
Yeah.
as crazy with it with the colors. I can edit completely different than how I
Mhm.
normally edit. I can do whatever I want, and I really like that. And I also like that Austin and I are gonna have the pictures literally that night,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna take them on our honeymoon with us wherever we go, and we're just gonna look through them. And I'm so excited about
Yes.
that. So yeah, but those
Oh,
two were
that is
just
cool. You'll get literally
yeah.
all of them.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Instead
so
of a little
excited.
preview.
And they're both so phenomenal. Like I was just like, it's gonna go so well. Like I'm
Yeah.
so excited. And then Gracie Films is my videographer.
Love.
Gracie and I are good friends, and I did. So tomorrow is a year from her wedding. The first
Aw.
wedding I did in Colorado. Well, actually, and the last wedding I did in Colorado until Lakins. So yeah, those two, and then or those three, and then
What is her last name?
Gracie.
Yeah.
Now it's Elkins.
Oh my God, that's they're the same person.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I had
Wait,
no idea.
who?
So I followed her
Yes.
I followed her personal account
Okay. Yeah.
because I was just enamored with the photos that you took of them out there
Yes,
at
yeah.
the Moraine. What is it,
Mhm.
Moraine Lake?
Moraine Amphitheater. is
Yeah,
where they
Moraine
got married.
Amphitheater. Spell check me on that, chat. But I was just completely just like, I was like, yo, that's so crazy. I did not
Yes,
know.
same person. Now she spells her name Grci, and I'm like talking about Grace. I'm like, hey girl, like let me talk all about
Hey
you.
girl, we're talking about you.
And her page is like Grace E
Mhm.
Film, so maybe that's all. But yeah, they're the same person.
Okay.
And then her husband, his mom owns Elkins Grove. So have you all ever shot at Elkins Grove in Smiths Grove?
Fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So Miranda, I
Girl,
love
you can't.
Miranda.
It's fine whenever it comes to like people's Instagram names. I'm about to tell myself heavy here. So I did not realize Lizzo's Instagram account.
Yeah,
I thought it was Lizzo Beating for the longest time.
I've never seen her Instagram account. So you're
It
gonna
is
have to
Lizzo
tell-
Be Eating.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Like
love
her
it.
username.
That- That's
I was sitting in the
hilarious.
Hux parking lot. Look at this, Hux. Take note.
dude,
Hugs, come
I was
on.
sitting in the Hux parking lot, dude, and I was sitting there scrolling. I was waiting for somebody. You know, back in the day, me and my friends, we used to hang out in the Hux parking lot. That's all you could do in Hopkinsville growing up.
Yeah,
I was sitting there, and I had this realization. I was like, oh my God, it's actually Be Eating. So I understand that about.
yeah.
The username.
I wish I had someone off the top of my head because I know that there are where I'm like, oh, my personal name is like Mallory with a bunch of L's and a bunch of Y's. So people will come up to her, they're like, hey, Mallory. And I'm like,
Why are
it
you
used to
doing
be,
that?
it used to be Mallory QT
Oh,
because Mallory
cute.
Quaid Thomas.
Yeah.
But then someone literally told me, it was like in early high school, they were like, yeah, I thought you were like conceited, like calling yourself a cutie. So that's when I changed it to Mallory.
I thought
yeah.
that was
Dude,
cute though.
You know,
you.
That's
back
not
in the day,
conceited.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you can do it anymore, but on Facebook, I was thinking about this last night.
Oh
It was so
gosh.
funny. On Facebook, you could like change your Facebook URL. You could put in facebook.com
Oh, really?
/ whatever, right? My little 12-year-old self, I would put facebook.com / you will remember the name Hunter Ezell. That's being full of yourself
Yeah.
at 12 years
so
old.
dead.
Yeah, pretty cocky, I will
That's
say.
crazy.
It's okay. I mean, I was apparently calling myself a cutie. I'm like,
So hey, that's why I said that. You gave me the confidence to step up.
yeah, of course.
But dude, you're crushing it.
Thank you.
I
Thank
like
you.
seriously, you're crushing it so
I
hard.
appreciate
It's
it.
so awesome.
I put
We're
so
fans.
much into it. I'm fans of you all. I love, love, love it. Like, I want to do this forever.
Yeah.
I always say, like, I give it all to God. Like, I've prayed about this and prayed about this, and I know my mom has prayed about, like, our careers and everything. But, like, I just sometimes sit there and I'm like, I am so thankful that I am doing a career that I just adore. Like, I'm
Yeah.
excited to
Because
go.
most people don't get that
Yeah.
opportunity.
Like, the one thing I knew in college, the one thing that stayed consistent was I wanted to own my own business. That type of business, whatever it was, changed several times, but, like, here I am owning my own business, and I'm just obsessed with it. Like,
Yeah.
I love learning. I did not know I had a work ethic in me like this until I, like, found this. I always thought I had a bad work ethic, and then I found this, and I was
Oh,
like,
I was the
oh,
same
here
way.
she is.
I
Yeah.
was the same way. I was like,
Yeah.
you know, my parents, they constantly, they're like, Hunter, you need to slow down. You need to do all, but like literally, like back in the day, they will tell you this. They've told Logan this. Like Hunter was so lazy when he was a kid.
Well, when I was in college, I served, and my parents had a very good, like, strategy on us learning how to save money, blah, blah, blah. And so I had to pay for a lot of stuff in college. So I had to have money. Like, they were not giving me money.
Mm-hmm.
I did not have money. And I would give up every shift I got serving. Not because I needed to, just because I did not want to work. And,
Yeah.
like, the first time I ever picked up a shift, it was like a thing when I walked in with my boss. He was like, oh, like, you picked up a shift. Like, wow. Like, I had no
Shocker.
work ethic. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then I, like, started doing something that I love and was passionate. And I was like, oh, like,
You don't
hello,
wanna
who is
stop.
this version of me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long after you picking up, so we'll say from, did you have your regular job? How long after you starting photography, videography, did you quit your full-time job?
Oh, after I graduated college,
Yeah.
I never got another job.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
Oh,
I
that's
should not
so
have been
good.
full-time, but I was, like, making
You
it
just
full-time.
jumped right
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah. I was very fortunate where I lived at home, so I didn't have to pay rent. And honestly,
That's
it
the
really
best.
just worked out well. Like, it was such a God thing. This is going to sound crazy, but I got into a car wreck. Everyone was fine. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it did total my car. And I did have a car payment before that. And we were able to get the exact same car, but it was a rebuilt in a different color, and it knocked off my car payment. So, like, I really had no, like,
No bills.
bills. So I was
That's
very
so
lucky.
nice.
Like, I was very blessed in that area that I could do that.
Yeah.
Because if I did have stuff to be paying for, I could not have. And then by the time that we started, like, we got an apartment and everything, I've made it to what it is now. So it worked out. But yeah, I never got a full-time job other than this after college.
I love that.
I served and then quit serving when COVID happened, and here we are. So
That's amazing.
You came into weddings after COVID.
yeah, I was doing wedding videos before COVID, just 2019, only a few.
So
wedding
was that
photography,
really
yes.
hard was that year hard for you, especially? Like whenever,
2020?
was it like, because we dealt with a lot of people rescheduling, and we had a problem with it, but I was still having people, like if we're talking like finances for like literally a split second here, I don't like talking about money.
Yeah.
We were having people still pay their remaining balances by their original wedding date, because I mean, like, this is our livelihood. This is what we had to do. So did you have anything like that?
So I wasn't really in it enough to be. I can't even remember. I didn't have a single wedding that spring.
Yeah.
And the ones in the fall, like, they still went through with it. No, that was when I was serving, and the only reason I wasn't serving was because of COVID. So, like, I was part of the unemployment. But so I never really experienced, like, any of the mess that COVID caused with weddings. I know that there was, like, a really big influx of people booking in 2021 and on. So maybe I experienced some of that, like a lot of people inquiring.
It's
and
like
stuff,
a lot of
but
people really had their careers made by people they were booking everybody because they weren't being able to have weddings in 2020.
Yeah. And I got my camera May of 2021.
Okay.
And so by that point, people were having their weddings.
Yeah.
And then I photographed my first wedding. It was Sydney's fall of 2022. And so by that point, I think everything kind of leveled itself out. But yeah, I don't know what I would have done.
That's just so crazy. I mean, like, I've been in the game for like 8 years almost. And it's just so crazy to see like literally, like whenever I tell you, like I'm hyping you up like no tomorrow, it's like it's so crazy to see somebody that, like I admire their work so much.
Yeah,
You've only
thank
been doing
you.
this for like essentially full time since we've been married.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely freaking nuts.
I appreciate it. Listen, anything, like I say this as advice to anyone watching, like you gotta pray about it. My
Mhm.
mom and dad, like they were always like big on our faith, and it was always you gotta pray for what you want. Like I prayed for the man of my dreams, and I'm about to marry him, and I
Mhm.
prayed for my best friends, and I've got the best friends ever. You see what I'm saying? And I prayed
Mhm.
for my career, and like I just give it all to God. And I'm like,
Yeah.
if you don't pray over and just like give it to God, like God is always in control.
Mhm.
So when you allow Him to do His thing, He's
Good
gonna
things
work.
happen.
He's
I
gonna
know.
work.
I
So
love it.
Well,
yeah,
Dude, I tell you what, if y'all don't go and follow Quaid Films on Instagram, honestly, most of you could probably find this podcast by whenever we collab with her on this. We're about to go take fair photos, so
and eat some fair food.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure it'll probably just be fair.
It'll be fair.
Yeah. Oh
Fair.
Lord have mercy. But hey, listen, this has become a recurring thing on the podcast. Before I say it, do you have anything you want to say to the cameras?
Thanks for supporting me. I don't know.
Hallelujah and amen. But listen, dude, love yourself, bet on yourself, put your
Mhm.
best foot forward. Literally, like, you know, if you're somebody that's wanting to step out on their own and do their own thing and, you know, own a small business, literally, I'll tell you right here, your life can change in a blink of an eye if you just bet on yourself. So literally, dude, if you got a gut feeling that you should do something with your life that's out of ordinary what people like the status quo would have you do, I promise you probably need to do it because you only get this
You
life.
never know till you try. I do have something to say.
Let's hear it.
You are worthy. You are loved, and Jesus loves you.
Amen.
Amen.
I
And
love
with
that.
that,
Signed out.
we love you. We'll see you next time.